Good evening, happy Monday. Hope your start of the week, as two people go straight off in the first chicane. Hope your start of the week has gone well so far. If it's not, it's probably about to get quite fun. Relaxing, interesting and entertaining all in one, as it's round 4 of the PNTCC Season 3 and we're at Knockhill in Scotland. Well known in the British Touring Car Championship for very close battles, hard overtaking places, tough racing throughout the grid. Quick lap time, as we can see, only a 53 average sort of lap time going on here. So it looks like this is Division 1 with only 12 drivers. We have 66 Cole, Fang, Lloyd, Skyring, Torrico, Vicente, Thurston, Ruiz, Godfrey, Biggerstaff, and I'm going to call the last person George. I cannot pronounce that name. Ged, we'll call him Ged. And Ged in P12. But that's all that's set at lap time at the moment. If we hold down the tab button, we have 15 drivers, 14 in total, excluding me as a safety car. So, and we can see that Hewis is also in the Alpha, so there is Hewis in the Alpha touring car, as well as Sampier in the Audi. A few other drivers that have registered but haven't joined. So we'll just have to keep an eye out for that. But away we go. It was a bit murky up in Scotland. Jay just smashes down the inside of someone. I'm not quite sure who, but yeah, you will have to get your elbows out in this race, that's for sure. And there is going to be a lot of bump and grind. And there goes Jay Sky off the track in T1. I think we're going to see a lot of off tracks here. And yeah, now we're on board for qualifying in about a minute's time. Got a lovely camera angle of a pole in front of the safety car. So the PNTCC is being hosted on World Sim Series. You can join any future rounds by hitting the link below. There's only round 4, and I believe we've got 10 in total, so there's plenty of races still to go. It's completely open. It used to be closed off, but yeah, just completely open at the moment. Try and get people interested. Just get them to know the community a little bit better. You know, open the door a little bit, open house sort of thing. So hopefully we will get some good racing today. 66 seems to be almost half a second faster than the car in P2, but that means absolutely nothing until qualifying, which is only 7 minutes long. We have 2 races. Second race is full reverse grid, so it's going to be absolute mayhem. Godfrey is taking the initiative. Oh no, he hasn't. Someone else has in front of them. Into getting out early. It's nice to see the Peugeot being used. I don't know how good or bad of a car actually is, but people seem to avoid it. Someone's off already in the Alpha. Some good camera angles here. The grass doesn't look quite right, mind, but still, good camera angles nonetheless. But we shall see how this all goes. Everyone's just doing that lap. Looks like someone else is cutting the grass there. Might be Hewis. Now, Hewis does not get along with front-wheel drive cars at all. It just seems to be his kryptonite. 66 has just started his flying laps. I think 66 was the first one out of the driving block. It's coming up to a car going relatively slowly on circuit. That's such a nice camera angle, actually. And 66 seems to be a little bit stuck behind the Audi, who has got out of the way, which is nice. And now he's got a completely clear track ahead of them. So here's the benchmark time. It's going to be 1:53, I think. 1:52.5. We know that we can do quicker because of practice. And here come the lap times flying in. Only 1/10. Oh, and there's a bit of a off, ruining a couple of people's laps. But to be honest, I don't think it really matters where you start. There's going to be absolute carnage into turn 1 this afternoon, evening. What is that? I don't know why that's highlighted up there for. Sorry about that. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Is there something I'm missing? Yeah, no clue. Real penalty. There we go, real penalty. It's now there, but I'm not quite sure why the... oh, there we go, it's now gone. Cool, so the real penalty is to show us what penalties are given out to the drivers. At the time, this is a car parked on the side of the road there. You can just see Cole turned in, locked up the front tyres, and the car only bites when you're not on the brakes. Oh, and Vincenti? Yeah, Vincenti going straight off at T1. So is that Civic. Bigger staff just starting there. Flying lap time in the VW. You do have to brake quite early for T1 too, if you want to make it round quite neatly. Cole in P3 currently. 600ths of a second off, 700ths of a second off really. That didn't sound particularly great going into the hairpin. But stays in P3. Is whether anyone like 66 can increase their time, or if Jay can possibly peek in. That looked a lot better there from Hewis coming into the final hairpin. Hopefully we'll be able to get a lap time down on the board. And there is Hewis's lap time, P9. Not bad for someone that cannot stand front wheel drive cards at all. I mean, the fact there's only 3 seconds between everybody means it's going to be quite a contested race. Jamski in P4 with 52.7. Genuinely, this could be anyone's race. I think it's all about keeping it clean, keeping it steady, keeping the car going in the right direction. As Feng just moves up into P3, Jay Sky crosses the line and goes into P1 for 52.4. Can 66 answer to that? P7 for Toriko. Pindler moves up a position to P8. Thyssen, P10. Oh, getting T1 completely wrong. Here is 66. 1/10 down last lap. He's got such clear track ahead of them. He must be getting an off track somewhere. How does T1 look? Pretty good. Pretty good. Feng's coming over the timing board. Goes P1 with 52.3. And Skyring takes it back with 1:20 back on the clock. So there's 2 laps in it if they want to keep going. This could be anyone's, yeah. Really good qualifying session here. Could be absolutely anybody's. Cole is on the push, but he's 2 tenths down at the moment. Can 66 or Feng knock Skyring off the top block? It's not going to be Cole. Although Cole does move up to P4 ahead of Lloyd. Here is Hewis. Currently apparently doing a 1:32 lap time. I don't think that's right somehow. And Feng has nipped into the lead with 52.248, only 0.03 of a second in it. crazy. The top 5 drivers are split by half a second. Very close as Hewis moves into P8. Lloyd crossed the timing line, not getting there. There's one more chance. But if there's traffic ahead, it's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very difficult. So these will be the final lap times. Arias. Tentative through the chicane. Tarico is pushing. Has Hewis in the background for emotional support, but Tarico's lap time's 1 second down. There's going to be no improvement there. So whether Hewis behind can find 1/10. If Hewis can find 1/10, he will jump a place. Really don't take a lot. In fact, he finds more than that. He finds half a second. And goes into P6 right behind Jamsky. Right behind Lloyd. Ruiz finishes off in P11. That's everything. So Feng is starting P1. Jay Skyring in P2. 66 in P3. Lloyd in P4. The top 10 drivers are split by 2 seconds. The top 5 drivers are split by 300ths of a second. That is, well, top 6 even, sorry. Top 6 are split by, well, top 7 even are split by half a second. But yeah, top 6 is by 300ths of a second. 3/10ths, sorry. So really competitive qualifying. So let's hope there aren't too many deaths in T1, 2 and 3 and the chicane, because if you're side by side pretty much anywhere around the circuit apart from the last sector, you're going to have a bad time. And I don't know why real penalty is just up there, to be honest. So here we go. So, oh, and it's side by side grids. I don't know why people in this game can't design grids that are not side by side, but it should be okay. It should be okay. I don't know why it's like this, but we will just have to go with it. It's not like that in real life, so, well, as far as I'm aware, it's not, from when I've watched the PNTCC. So here we are, round 4, Knockhill, race 1. Lloyd in 7th. Be one to keep an eye on. Looks like there might have been a couple of time penalties, actually, as Delights have come up. 66 is in 8th, apparently. Not entirely sure that's correct. Not sure what's happened there. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, 6 lights. And race 1, round 4 is a go, and it's a very good start by everybody. There's not really a car that's bogged down at all. Terrible camera angle for T1 and 2. Jay has managed to pivot to the lead by the looks of it. And why are we looking at car number 14? Someone's in the wall already. That looks like Hewis. But everyone else seems to have come through unscathed, so there must have been a little bit of door rubbing there. The difference being is that Hewis has got quite a lot of open track ahead of them now, whereas everyone else is going to be all bunched up. I mean, the whole grid is within a second of each other, almost. Well, not quite. Maybe not quite a second, actually. There's already a big gap between P1 and P2, and Feng is just diving down the inside. Jay Skyring's trying to get a better exit, but Feng's just got that absolutely perfectly. I think Jay was a bit too respectful there. He saw the cars complete lap 1. Feng is our race leader. Skyring in 2nd, 66 in 3rd, Cole in 4th, Lloyd in 5th, Vincenti in 6th, Godfrey in 7th. Biggerstaff and Godfrey, speaking of Godfrey, is off in T1. Needs to get a safe rejoin. Whoa, just about good enough. Very tentative and even given a lot of space to other drivers. Oh, and Vincenti has been caught up by Godfrey. Fingers just keep it going. And we can see there's Hewis. Already caught up to the back of the pack. So there's the battle for P8. And Jed is already looking down that inside line into the hairpin. Oh no, or yeah, I think. Don't know, kind of awkwardly. 66 with the fastest lap in P4 currently. In P3, sorry, currently. So it looks like the front part, well, everyone seems to have settled down a little bit now. As I say that, someone comes flying off in the Peugeot. Yep, Torrico. Flying off, and Hewis is looking down the inside. Good move by Hewis. Someone's going to have to concede into the chicane, and Hewis just gets in front. You can see in the background there. Hewis just got to keep the charge going. Great move by Saint-Pierre to gain P10. Jay Skyring and Feng are battling over the line. We're on board with Feng. Jay must be just to the side, but Jay just has not got the right line. Oh, and Hewis is off. That's before the hairpin. I'm going to only assume that Hewis is being spun off there by Godfrey. That's the only thing I can think of. No reason to go off there whatsoever. Oh, and someone has spun off there. Saint-Pierre, after making a great move for P10, loses it. The one thing that is kind of positive for Hewis is that for race 2, he will start at the front if he finishes here. Rios. Also going off track. It just seems to be that if you can get past P10, you're in for a good race. It's just getting beyond that P10 mark. Jay Skyring down to 3rd. Clearly something happening between the top 3 drivers. 66 is on the charge. Taking a lot of curb, which is giving Cole the invitation, and Cole eats way too much sausage there. Not a good line. Lloyd just taking it calm, taking it steady. Keep it going. Thyssen up to P7. Cole up to P3. Gets past Jay Skyring. Bit of door rubbing. Vincent has gone off. Torrico has gone through. Godfrey has gone through. And there is Hewis still rounding up the back of the pack. Jay Skyring's now down to 5th, so there must be some form of damage there for Jay, or he's just been incredibly lucky with some of the door rubbing that's going on. There's door rubbing, and then there's, you know, knocking people off circuit. So, like that, like Godfrey there. So Godfrey clearly just ramming people off there. Sadly, there's nothing I can do about it. Just seemed to be bad driving there by Godfrey. Although they've managed to get 56 in. So we'll keep an eye on that. Jed has got Thyssen right behind them. Oh, and Vincent's gone round, who was ironically in a battle with Godfrey. So we shall have a look at that in momentarily. And Hewis has just gone off there. There's a very tricky over the crest right-hander there. Cole currently in P3. Pushing the car to the limits. 2.62 seconds behind Feng. Lloyd is back down to 5th. Jay Skyring's moved up to 4th. Torrico. Jay must have gone off. Must have gone off. That's the only reason why I can imagine that Lloyd's got through so easily there. Oh, and Thyssen has also now gone off again. Is Godfrey. There must be a way I'm able to disqualify. Pindler P14, a minute down. Well, a lap down. Oh no, 5 seconds down. I was going to say, take the track cut. So I'm just checking. Don't know. Pindler's got it stuck in the sand trap. Not having a good time, clearly. It's not his sort of racing. And Feng comes round the hairpin. And I'll try and take a look at chat during the break. It's a bit rough out there. Yeah, Hewis is not having a great time. It's a very tricky circuit, Knockhill, really. It's fun. It's a very fun circuit. But if you don't put the practice in, it's very tricky. And the whole grid is kind of split apart from everyone now. But Saint-Pierre is trying to chase down Rios. As Vincent has got past Thyssen. Great overtake into T1. Very brave. But there is a driver that I want to penalise, which is Godfrey. I think he's been knocking too many people off the circuit, and we can see behind Vincent and Thyssen going wide. And the view from Hewis's car is not looking great, and that car is all over the place. It's lost the rear end. Oh dear, he's not having a good time at all, really. Not having a good time at all. 20 seconds left to race 1 of 2. Feng's just set the fastest lap. Saint-Pierre on the attack. So we go back to our race leader, who's come around the final corner, but we can see Saint-Pierre's just moved ahead of Ruiz, I think, or maybe not actually. No, they haven't. We're still six tenths down. So Feng takes the race win at race 1. Good drive for Feng. 66 takes P2. Cole takes P3. Jay takes P4. Lloyd takes P5 by the looks of it. Biggerstaff will take P6 if he can hold it against Ged. Torrico in P9, Vincent P10, just about. Although Saint-Pierre has just got ahead of Rios. We're missing the battle. This is what I don't like about Orcam. It's missing the battle. It's too focused on who's finishing where. I want to see the battles. And that is race 1 gone and done. And it's going to be reverse grid for race 2. So Pindler will start P1. This is Godfrey. Don't know why they're still driving. Just race over. And that is the end of round 1. But yeah, now it's just time for a bit of waiting. Just a bit of waiting, back to the pits. Controls are locked for 26 seconds. Here we go. I've got a penalty apparently, which is quite interesting. Right. I'm not 100% sure real penalty is on right now. And if it's not, I want to know why. Yeah, real penalty isn't on. That's a problem. So it's full reverse grid for race 2. It always brings carnage. Race 2. And I don't think that's right again because Pendula should be P1. So don't take a look at the numbers below. I think is a bit glitched. But a lot of drivers have a lot of work to do to get back to the front. So here are the lights. And we got a horn going off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and race 2 begins. Great start by everybody. Can Hewis hold the lead into T1? Looks like a bit of a dodgy start from the person in P3. Pindola's been attacked by Thyssen around the outside. Thyssen just gets through. Big old carnage in the back there. 66 and Lloyd look to be affected, or maybe not actually. It looks like Skyring, Biggerstaff and Feng seem to be affected, and there is a car into the wall. Not sure who or how or what. I've got a funny feeling it's involving Godfrey again. I didn't quite see it, but Hewis is on the charge. He has the inside line. That Alpha doesn't quite have the speed though. He's got the inside line. Can he get a power on early enough? He's just got to keep it going. Godfrey's moved up to P3. Godfrey's in the Peugeot. St. Pierre in P4. Rios in P5. Jed in 6th. Cole in 7th. 66 is making his way back through. Godfrey has got ahead of Pindula. Jay Skyring's in the pits with heavy damage, and someone else is also in the pits by the looks of it. Godfrey's gone back down to P3. And Biggerstaff is just Trying. Oh, Saint-Pierre is in the wall. Lucky there's not terminal damage there. Fair play. Saint-Pierre just... And what was that for? Bigger staff. That's just not on. Plenty of opportunity to get around. And this is carnage here. Jed trying really hard not to go at the rear end of Godfrey. And Godfrey just literally almost takes everybody out. Didn't even try to make the corner. By the looks of it there. And now Lloyd is up to 5th. And Cole's been taken out by Thyssen. This is just carnage. So many penalties are going to be going out for race 2. It's insane. Godfrey is trying to get away from Lloyd. Lloyd is up to P3. Takes a look through the chicane. Cole is aggressive and takes out Jamski. There's going to be a lot of time penalties here. A lot of time penalties. The fact that real penalty isn't on, I think people are just taking full advantage here. I don't know why it's being set up like this again. But it's not what we're looking for, put it that way. Hewis is in P1, currently ahead of Godfrey, who has just been absolutely done by Cole. And sadly, Cole couldn't quite keep it together. But Cole just needs to keep the pressure up on Godfrey. Godfrey runs wide. We're now looking at a battle for P6. Cole just needs to keep the pressure on Godfrey. It's really good for Hewis. Cole's managed to get through into P2. We can see them here. Let's keep watching them. I don't want the auto cam to change. And we go on board with Cole. And Godfrey's trying to get the attack on Cole, but it's not happening. Ged is holding up people. Feng has been spun around. Lloyd has made his way up to 7th. Feng, really bad rejoin. Not great, but here is our race leader, Hewis. Just needs to keep it going, keep the pace going. Vincenti is off the track. And it's just been knocked off again. I think some of the driving standards here is not been good at all. 66 is off the circuit, either with damage or is waiting for Vincetti to go through, or it's just given up because, quite frankly, the driving standards are pretty terrible. Jay Skyring has got the fastest lap of the race, currently sat in P13. That's the sort of race it's been. Hewis has just crossed the line. Cole is closing him down though, and managed to do a 1 second a lap quicker. Now there are 5 laps left to go. And Cole will be smelling the blood of Huey. Here is Jamski, PNR Jamski. Pushing and pushing and pushing, but Cole will probably get a time penalty because he did definitely take off Lloyd. Oh, and Jamski's hit the wall. Has he kept it? He's kept it going. But he's got Feng right on his gearbox. Over the crest right-hander. Really tricky to get it right. Jay Skyring's just coming over the timing line now. Bigger Staff is overtaking Thyssen, as we can see. The autocam's really not very good, I've decided. It's kind of missing the core racing. But I don't know the best way of doing it myself. And we've got some purple laps coming in for the middle group, and Feng is all over the rear end of Lloyd, and we should be watching it, but apparently we're watching Vincenti, who is 3 seconds behind the car in front, not watching the battle. Oh, and Vincenti spun it. And there is a Civic pulling over. Not quite sure who that is. Rios. Jay Skyring is managed to get another fastest lap of the race. Cole has got the gap down to 1.2. Cole is on a mission, but he has to get by really well and cleanly. We're on board Thyssen, who is one. I don't know why we're looking at this. The autocam really doesn't do a good job. I prefer massively how it all works on AMS2, and now I have a bit more control over who I see. But we shall see. 66 and P11 not having a good race of 2 at all. Nor is Jay Skyring for that matter. Half a second now. Oh, and Rios just loses it. Jay picks up a position. And now we can see the battle for P1. He just needs to keep it clean, defend the right points. That's how you defend it, like Saint-Pierre does there, but a bit too much speed. It's allowing the switch back by Vincenti. And Feng has got past Lloyd. And Feng is up to P4. Feng is having a very good round across both of the races here. Why are we not? Saint-Pierre is currently facing the wrong way. Why are we not looking at a battle for first right now? There's 3 temps. Right now, 3 temps. I do not understand this autocam at all. Now Lloyd is on the rear end of Gerd, and here we are finally. Well taken there by Huey. He's keeping the pace up, putting the car in the middle of the road, makes it very difficult for Cole. And when they cross the line, I think there's only going to be 1 lap remaining. And we're looking at Lloyd, who is also on the attack. Or we were looking at Lloyd, who was on the attack for P5. Jay Skyring's managed to get back up to 10th place. And yet we're now on the last lap of the race. And Cole is all over the rear end of Hewis. And Hewis needs to keep it going. Just needs to keep it well placed. And we're also, Lloyd is also all over the car of Gerd for P5. Cole is 3 temps behind, 2 temps behind. Jay Skyring crosses the line. I don't know why we're watching this. 1 temp for Cole's behind. Back to 3 temps. Come on, this is the last lap of the race. Why are we not watching P1? And Hewis is going to get the race win. Great drive by Hewis. Cole getting P2 after arguably taking a driver off the road. Godfrey P3, Feng in P4, Ged in P5, Lloyd in P6. Thyssen taking up P7, 66 in P8, Biggerstaff in P9, Skyring in P10, Vincent in P11, and Rios in P12. Well, that was rather eventful, I would say. That was rather eventful. And Saint-Pierre is in the pits, so sadly, I don't think they're going to finish. Could be here for a little while because Saint-Pierre needs to drive. 66 is disconnected from the server, but that is it for round 4 of the PNTCC. Usually I'd have a little bit more to go on and to go with, and we would have a look together, but sadly not at the moment with the way things are. I hope you enjoyed that. Leave a like, leave a subscribe. If you want to get involved, please do sign up at the World Sim Series website, link in the description below. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, look after yourselves, and I will catch you in the